All right. Overreaction reaction time. LSU wins in what seemed to be a teeth puller. Um 20-10 win over South Carolina. Defense played I say extremely well. Later in that game, we gave up a few drives, but before we get to later in the game, we only gave up 10 points. We only gave up 10 points, and we had 3 turnovers on offense. Offense still looks like if we've got a problem, that's the problem. Um, I believe, and I had it here, I had a couple of notes, but, LSU at halftime only had given up, it was 182 total yards. 72 of those were from the big run. Easily the biggest run or play, I think, LSU has given up this year by far. But without that, we only gave up 110 yards. South Carolina did finish with 317 yards of total offense. I think you can attribute some of those turnovers to that, though. I think the defense, for the most part, played pretty darn well. We had two takeaways of our own. I'm not sure. Did we had a few sacks, didn't we? 5. Lord have mercy, more than I knew we had a few. I was thinking like maybe 3. Perkins, Weeks, Pickett had a big one. Coming off the blitz on that last drive we just got, which is always good. Pickett showing up in these games. I don't care what stage of the game they're on. That's a true freshman. That's the number 1 corner in the country. But yeah, absolutely. And then I think if there's a bright spot on the offense, Kay Durham had a long carry of 23 yards. We had 166 rushing yards. It didn't feel like that though. 5.5 per carry. Felt like we had a lot less than that. Juwan Johnson though, the 56-yard run, that's where all of that came from. Nussmeier, I'll get to Nussmeier in a second. Trade as Green. Just throw it to him every play. Kyle Parker had the other big touchdown catch, 43-yarder. That was a thing of beauty. You love to see that. His second touchdown of the year. I don't know. Is it? Let's see. I feel like he hasn't. Yeah. Coming in the night's game, 9 catches, 91 yards, touchdown. But that was a big play. Big play. There were moments. Now let's get to Nussmeier. There were moments in this game where Nussmeier would make a throw, and I'm like, there he is. That's the guy. There he is. And he would follow up with an interception. We also fumbled on the goal line. Juwan Johnson did, but look, I can't be too hard on Juwan Johnson for that fumble. I'm sorry. He's been easily our best running back. One of the few bright spots on this team, on this offense, was rushing the ball for sure. All season. So I can't be too hard on him, especially because he popped off that 56-yard run. Yeah, like I said, there's moments in there where Nussmeier, he looked the part. He was getting out there and running a few times. He can. But damn, every time he gets hit, he gets up, he looks like he's hurt. So maybe the guy really is hurt. I'm so hot and cold with this so-called injury that he had earlier in the season that sometimes I think they're lying to us. I just think he's regressed. And then at other times, I'm like, well, damn, the dude gets hurt every other play. So I'll give him this. He's a tough son of a gun. He's in there. He's gritty. We just need to throw him the ball better. There's no reason to force that throw unless he just never saw the guy that picked it off. Whoever picked it off for South Carolina. Unless he just never saw him. I don't like the fact that, yeah, okay, just the 2 picks, DQ Smith and Peyton Williams. Unless he just never saw the South Carolina defender. I don't know why you risk it. Driving the ball, pushing downfield effectively. It's something that I don't know. Here's the thing that matters. It was a conference game. We improved to 2-1 in the conference. Not going to be mad about that. It's a 20-10 win. It's South Carolina. I mean, usually, I don't know. Those games are always close. We beat Florida 20-10. You'd like with two takeaways and a defense that, I mean, without that 72-yard run, they only put up 3. They have almost 200 yards of total offense. The time of possession, they actually had more, believe it or not. But, I mean, 13 penalties for South Carolina for 65 yards. I'll tell you what, Lenora Sellers, I think our defense is that good. We had a hard time tackling that guy tonight. I think that's a testament to him, his kind of like size and quickness. I mean, that boy can move, bro. Every time we had 1 or 2 defenders that was near him, he just got away. And I don't think that's any kind of hit on our defense. It's more of a Lenora Sellers as that kind of quarterback, Oh, look, we got the win. I hope we don't drop in the rankings from a win like this. Who else lost behind us? Who lost in front of us? Oregon lost, but it was barely to a good Indiana team. That team is, man, I can't stand Indiana. I can't stand that coach. But it is what it is. We got the dub. Now we move on to Vanderbilt, who did lose today. So I don't know if they fall out of the top 25 because they only lost by what, a score to or less? Oh, no, they lost by 16. Lord have mercy. Yeah, they lose to Bama. They may not even be ranked, but it's still going to be a tough team. That's their first loss of the season. Got a tough one against Vanderbilt on the road. I'm a little nervous about that. A&M and then Alabama. Woo, we gotta work it out for us over the next 3 weeks. So there's certain areas of this game that I do feel better about. And there is other parts that just look the same. And it's just, it looks, I guess the flow of the, did it look better? We only scored 20 for crying out loud. Damn it. There's so much talent on this team. There's, even without Aaron Anderson tonight, Trey Green stepped up. Parker stepped up. These are things that I can get behind. 166 yards on the ground. There were passes. I mean, Nussmeier threw one when he was rolling to the right. Yeah! Right on the sideline. Sideline throw. Beautiful throw. Probably threw a pick on the next pick. Every single time I said, man, he got it back. That's my guy. Anyways, it's a win. We didn't lose. On to the Saints tomorrow. We can get us 2 dubs this weekend. 2 dubs this weekend for our teams. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, you guys have a great night. Hopefully we move up. At least we stay in the top 12. If we ain't losing, I ain't pissed. If we ain't losing, I ain't pissed. You guys have a great night.